Please join me in welcoming Shirley de Silva.
As representatives of the construction and real estate industries, I know that you all understand the pertinent role that an airport plays in the community. We need only to look at the establishment of WestJet's routes to Calgary and Edmonton to understand how an airport can directly benefit the local economy. In 2010, the median housing price for the Comox Valley was $330,000, up from $133,000 in 2001 when the direct flights to Alberta were established. So most of you are aware of the history of our airport, but I'm going to briefly touch on some milestones which can help to set the context for our unique facility. YQQ has a rich history here in the Valley. Not too long ago, we were simply a trailer with a couple of flights to Vancouver. And in 1996, CVAC was established. In 2001, WestJet flights were added. 3 years later, the passenger terminal was constructed using funds from CVAC, the provincial government, Transport Canada, and a one-time grant from the regional district. It's worth noting that while our terminal building was constructed with the assistance of a capital funding grant, CVAC does not receive any operating funding from any government organization. We're self-sufficient in operations. So in other words, CVAC does not and has not ever depended on taxpayer dollars to operate the terminal building. It's an important point to touch on because there's a great sense of ownership felt towards YQQ by citizens of this valley. Taxpayers absolutely played a significant role in construction of the new terminal building and therefore have contributed greatly to the success of the airport. In turn, we operate a fiscally responsible business that is fully independent and financially viable. And YQQ provides a significant economic benefit to the community. Our airport is distinctive in its shared military-civilian configuration. The Comox Valley Airport Commission operates the terminal building on leased lands from the Department of National Defense. This enables commercial flights to access the largest runway on Vancouver Island. This runway and all the associated systems are operated by DND. The only other airport that has a similar arrangement in Canada is Bagotville, Quebec. This partnership enables YQQ to offer 4 direct routes to Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and Puerto Vallarta. In addition, we now offer a weekly charter flight to Fort Nelson with Flair Air. This service flies Vancouver Island oil and gas workers to their work sites through an arrangement made directly with their employers. Beginning in December, we're also pleased to launch our 5th direct flight to Cancun, eliminating a stopover in Abbotsford. The decision by Air Transat and Noli Tours to provide a direct route to Cancun ensures increased revenue for YQQ and provides a better and more convenient service for our passengers. Our goal is to ensure that all our seasonal charters are operating at full capacity so that we can demonstrate to our partners the need for additional sunspot destinations next year. We're seeing a consistent rate of growth in our passenger loads since the economic recession in 2009. Last year, we served approximately 297,000 passengers, and we are on track for an additional 3% growth in 2011. To put that into context, more than 800 passengers pass through our doors every day. Including greeters and well-wishers, we conservatively estimate about 1,600 people enter our terminal building each day. An airport connects a community to the rest of the world and promotes economic well-being within that community. Each time a plane lands at YQQ, it generates labor hours for individuals involved in handling passengers, their baggage, and the aircraft. There are approximately 157 people and 46 volunteers that work on the site within the walls of the passenger building. Our economic impact studies report that 193 jobs can be traced in one way or another directly to the airport. We contribute approximately $80,000 annually in property taxes and generate $1.2 million in economic output. But more importantly, the total economic reach of the Comox Valley Airport contributes to attracting visitors, tourists, and businesses to our catchment area. Together, the Comox Valley Airport and regional tourism generate a total of approximately 11,300 jobs, direct jobs, $199 million per year in taxes, $571 million in direct economic output. We operate in the best interest of our region, and we serve as an economic enabler within the valley. Even more impressive is our potential economic impact in the event that we are successful in attracting new air service to our community. For example, establishing a once daily service to the United States would result in more than $24 million in direct annual economic impact for this area. Now, this is the point in the presentation where I kind of see in my mind's eye little speech bubbles around everybody's head saying, when are we going to get that route to Seattle? Well, believe me when I say I would love to be able to give you the answer to that right here at this moment, but I can't. What I can tell you is that we have completed our market research, detailed route analysis, and business case. We've met multiple times with an airline that is interested in delivering service from Comox to a hub airport in the United States. But the reality is acquiring routes is a lengthy endeavor, and most work occurs behind the scenes. Negotiations can take up to 5 years or more, and it is highly competitive and confidential process. Therefore, I'm unable to share specific details about which airlines we're meeting with. I can assure you, though, that when the time is right to move forward, we will be working closely with our community partners and will certainly keep the public apprised of our progress. Attracting an airline today is a much different challenge than in previous years. Profit margins and pressures to keep ticket prices low and the general expectations of the airlines have all significantly changed landscape for airports. Airlines must invest significant cost up front, usually in millions, to establish a new route. Operating costs continue to increase as fuel and labor costs fluctuate. To even consider making such a large investment, the business case must be exceptional. Net profits for airlines are actually very low. For example, Air Canada and WestJet had profit margins of 1% and 5% respectively in 2010. As you can see, financial performance is improving after the recession, but there remains uncertainty in all aspects of the economy, and airlines are definitively no exception. To this end, the end result of this is that the bottom line matters, and airlines expect to see low fees and an efficiently run, cost-effective airport. As airlines face more and more pressure to decrease costs, incentive policies are growing in popularity and magnitude around the world. Many airlines now require risk-sharing incentives in order to commit to a new air service. To remain competitive, YQQ has developed its own incentive policy consisting of fee reductions as well as marketing and public relations support for the first 2 years of service. We believe our incentive policy will help to bridge the gap between our confidence in the market and the airline's perceived risk. Of course, to support that incentive program, we have to have a strong business case. YQQ currently captures 60% of the domestic market in its primary catchment area. Market data illustrates outstanding potential for development of successful transborder and domestic routes. This slide illustrates our catchment area, which serves a total of 322,000 residents, extending from Nanaimo to the most eastern, northern, and western points of the island. Hubbing into Calgary and Vancouver airports enables passengers to connect onward to a multitude of destinations domestically and worldwide. For example, who would have thought a decade ago that workers would commute from Comox to Fort McMurray or to Fort Nelson? And that's possible today. Overall, our passengers experience high levels of satisfaction with our services and facilities. Participants in recent focus groups described the airport as positive, warm, friendly, professionally run, efficient, immaculate, clean, and user-friendly. And we continuously strive to meet and surpass their needs. Our financial model requires that the revenues from the operations of the airport be reinvested in development of the airport. This year, we reported a positive financial position, and our audited statements can be found in our annual accountability report. Last year, a new 5-year strategic plan was developed, and this serves as a blueprint for everything we do at YQQ. Our main vision is to develop and expand our scheduled air service network to new destinations and to enhance services to current destinations. It's our view that we should explore all possibilities in order to maximize the potential of our airport and to connect people to the places that they want to go. 5 strategic goals support our vision to expand air services. I'm not going to really linger here, but our annual report is posted on our website, and it details on our progress on each one of these items. 2012 is shaping up to be another busy year at YQQ as we enter into the 2nd year of our 5-year strategic plan. Corporate identity, branding, and marketing will play a large role in enhancing the image of YQQ as a professional, world-class airport that airlines want to do business with. In building a solid brand model, we are proud to say that we are following the same path as world-class airports like London Heathrow. Just because you may be small doesn't mean you have to think that way. Our new brand model can be seen in print advertising, signage, and uniforms. But most importantly, it reflects the way that the airport interacts with its customers and business partners. A solid brand model is about focusing on the basics and making the small differences that all add up to the passenger experience. This is what will continue to set YQQ apart from its competitors. Over the next year, we'll be working hard to strengthen our market. The best sales pitch for a new service is to demonstrate a fully captured market in our current services. You can expect to see us more actively pursuing those passengers who might be leaking from other catchment areas, either through other airports on the island or by utilizing the ferry to catch flights from YVR. Look for new print, radio, and outdoor advertising that targets both inbound and outbound passengers for YQQ. Last year, we were busy approaching airlines, including our current tenants, with business cases for new destination possibilities. Those activities are going to continue for 2012. We're looking for new air service that will complement and not compete with what YQQ already has to offer. The bottom line is that more traffic in our terminal building is good for all of our tenants. So far, we've attended 6 headquarter meetings with separate airlines in Canada and the US. We've pitched to airlines at annual Jumpstart conferences organized by Aviation Council International. And in all, we've presented 14 business cases. Some are interested, some are not, but our work continues. A key piece of our business strategy is to stay competitive in the eyes of our airline partners. This means running our terminal as efficiently as possible in order to keep our fees low. On an ongoing basis, airlines and passengers benefit from our modern, efficient facilities. Our infrastructure is poised not only to accommodate the demands of today, but to be able to accommodate the demands of travelers for some years to come. Airlines want to see that we are using infrastructure efficiently and not financing capital projects at the expense of our passengers. We believe our current infrastructure will continue to serve our needs at our projected 3% annual growth rate, and we will continue to work within our means to ensure we are operating in the most fiscally responsible manner. To conclude my presentation, I'd like to leave you with a well-known proverb. It takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a community to grow an airport. And it's up to all of us to work together to protect our investment and to ensure its prosperity for years to come. Who benefits? Our region benefits through increased employment, economic development, and outreach. Our air carriers benefit through improved operational excellence and efficiencies. Finally, our passengers benefit through better facilities and amenities that will encourage them to fly through the Comox Valley Airport over and over again. Thank you.